Now, Catherine, we're speaking in an age where more and more journalists have gone independent in the way that Don Lemon has, whether through force, through layoffs, or because they want to. Does CPJ provide different guidance for those who are within the bounds of a more established newsroom versus independent journalists, i.e., should independent journalists, for their own safety, not be covering these protests, or should it be that the same rules apply to everyone?
The same rules should apply to everyone, right? Everyone should be entitled, all journalists should be entitled to the same rights guaranteed to the rights guaranteed under the First Amendment, right? Just because someone doesn't work for a legacy publication doesn't mean that they aren't performing an active journalism or informing the public of something that is of newsworthiness, right? Increasingly, because of the strains of the journalism industry and the changes really to the journalism industry, we've seen a lot more reporters who are going independent, who are freelancers all the time, right? Or who are freelancers. And to say that their work is less valid or less valuable to our understanding as an American public, to what's going on in this country, it would be false, right?
This arrest also comes as the latest action by the Trump administration that is not exactly friendly towards journalists. We saw journalists get kicked out of the Department of Defense unless they signed that waiver earlier last year. We saw just last night, according to reports from Variety, members of the press were not allowed into the screening of the Melania movie. Several were allowed on the red carpet, but there were some that were excluded from the actual screening. And individually, some of these instances might not sound like a big deal, but can you give our audience a sense of collectively what this all means, what it signals to the citizens of this nation about press freedom in America?
Yeah, for so long, I think we as Americans have taken our democracy for granted. We've taken freedom of the press for granted, and knowing that we would be able to get information from a plurality of different sources, right? Those days are over in a way. American exceptionalism, as far as freedom of the press goes, no longer exists. What we are seeing now is an authoritarian playbook being put into action to control uh, information about what this administration is doing. Uh, these are not normal times, right? And I think if any of these things might have happened in a previous administration when there weren't these kind of flurry of executive actions trying to control and trying to centralize power, we would be having a different conversation. But the fact of the matter is, when you put all of these together and kind of you can tell what is going on. As the Committee to Protect Journalists, we're an international organization, and we have seen this playbook before. And the path that we are on is not a good one. Journalists are frequently, and the state of journalism is frequently kind of the canary in the coal mine, if you will, for the health of a democracy. And the state of American democracy, the state of American journalism is not good.